How Many Dudes is a game about answering life's most important questions. How many dudes does it take to be a toddler? How many dentists can take on a silverback gorilla? And will you enjoy the latest auto battler engine builder that's out there? In How Many Dudes is a very simple story. You are just trying to see how many dudes it takes to beat up X over as many levels, and of course how many runs you want to do. Like all the other auto battlers we've seen, the different characters are grouped into various categories. These categories will affect kind of the theme, and more importantly, what artifacts / items will show up during a run. This is how you start building your different teams up, as each dude comes with their own unique items. And they will of course focus on whatever that dude is best dude-centric for. And a major aspect of playing this game, since you have very limited interaction, the only thing you can do during a battle is use consumable items as emergency. So you're trying to create the best and most powerful engine that's going to take you to the end. And part of what makes this game so exciting and works is the sheer variety of items and how they intersect with each other. During one of my runs, I used the Necro Dudes, who create Skeledudes. Every time a Skeledude dies, there's a chance that, or I got an item that will sometimes generate a new Skeledude. On top of that, I have an item that anytime a dude gets knocked out, I get crit chance increase. So because the Skeledudes kept dying and then coming back, I had pretty much infinite crit chance increase during a battle. And this is just one of the many different ways that a run can go. Unlike a lot of the other games that we've played, and as a pure engine builder, How Many Dudes is focused on figuring out who the star of your run is going to be. Maybe it's the tank, maybe it's the healer, evasion, dodge, crit, whatever. And you have to build your items and build your team accordingly. This is not a game where a jack-of-all-trades approach is going to work. If your team is not focused, it will get destroyed. And like plenty of the auto battlers, it's a game that's easy until it's not. And all it takes is one bad battle or being unprepared for one of the boss waves to get crushed. On top of the items that you can buy, you can also get access to food that can have or be randomly chosen with specific stats, which once again you want to tie to your best characters. And after a boss wave, you can get a trinket which further pushes things forward. And again, this is not a game about high action, it's about setting up your perfect team and then watching dudes being dudes. One of the more interesting, I think, polarizing aspects of this game is how it handles the meta progression and increased difficulty. As it stands at release, there are three kind of tiers of difficulty. When you beat tier 1, you unlock tier 2, and etc, etc. However, only the dudes and trinkets that are a part of a winning run can be used in the next or the higher tier. So when you first win at tier 1, it's not really going to be possible, I think, for you to win at tier 2 if you kind of won by the skin of your teeth. You need to replay tier 1 enough times to get enough of your dude roster up in order to then boost things or have a greater chance, and then you repeat that from tier 2 to tier 3. The game tries to soften this blow by having meta progression that for every star you earn by either clearing the halfway point or beating a run will be used to unlock some very minor permanent upgrades, mainly with better starting money and a starting revive or dude juice to aid you. It can be a bit frustrating to know that you're going to have to do a lot of replays to see everything. Now, as a consequence of this, it does mean that you get to see all the dudes and start figuring out exactly where they best are suited. A team of all tanks sounds great, unless you can't do enough damage or there's not enough healing to sustain them. While multiple healers are good, but if no one's able to protect them, they're going to get destroyed very fast. And of course, having the different items and building your teams accordingly can lead to some very crazy runs. Speaking of, the length of a How Many Dudes run can also be a little bit frustrating. You will spend, at minimum, I would say, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, give or take, on a run. Even on tier 1, you're still going to sit through 105 matches, and even at 1.5 times speed, it can feel a bit lengthy at times, and then that gets increased from tier 2 and of course a tier 3. And if you're hoping for kind of like that next level of complexity that a lot of auto battlers have, where you can take similar characters and merge them to make a higher tier 1 and that kind of thing, How Many Dudes doesn't do that. You will have at most 6 dudes, including the kind of default dude on your team. Once you get all 6, at that point, the only decision making you're making about your roster is which ones to add to your teams, which of course, having more tanks or healers or etc. does matter. But again, part of the appeal of this game is streamlining a lot of the more like complex aspects of an auto battler. And ultimately, I did end up enjoying this one. It's one of the few auto battlers I've had several decent wins in. And I haven't even managed to grasp all the duditude that is in this one. If you are an auto battler fan, you've played all of them, you're looking for a very lightweight, very breezy, well, semi-breezy one to play, I would certainly give this one a play. And if you are someone who's been wanting to try this genre, this is by far probably the easiest and most friendly one to get into. So if you do believe that dudes rock, I would definitely give this one a play, and developer has already promised more content and more dudes coming in the future. How Many Dudes was played with a retail key. If you did play this one, let me know down in the comments, and what are your favorite dudes? As always, only to your game for a future review does not have to involve dudes or how many they are. Be sure to get in touch. And with that, be sure to come back for more discussions on game design and indie games coming soon. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.